I also have a note tab up also, so
Okay.
I'm actually gonna resize that right now. I'll put
All right.
you down here. There we go.
Right. The
All
big
right.
questions are what kind of construction, because it's very broad. There's actual street construction, county, home repair, floor. I don't if the more specific you can get, the easier it is to run a campaign, because sometimes general contractor is a little harder versus
Yeah.
handyman.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've been actually, so we're running campaigns now. We've been doing campaigns for like people, fence contractors, patio, like building pergolas, stuff like
Okay.
that. And we're looking at actually kind of niching down in that area, kind of in the realm of home improvement. We've thought about specifically in like the fence deck patio company kind of realm.
Okay, that's a little
Um,
easier.
yeah, that one's a lot easier. The hard part is that the targeting for that is a little bit difficult. So, but yeah, wanted to, we've been doing primarily like Google ads, SEO, like web design,
Okay.
kind of that side of things, and recently ran a campaign for Facebook. And we tried a couple of different strategies just to see where it was going, and it had some get some good results. We had one getting really good results, and then all of a sudden just like stopped working. That was really frustrating. And then yeah, so I've been reaching out to people that seem to have experience in that realm to kind of get what their thoughts were, kind of how it worked for them, and maybe see if I could, get some strategies that I may have missed
Okay.
as we were running through it.
So some of the better things we've done, and now I'll go clear. It was basement contractors. That was when I was doing an SEO company, marketing company,
Mm-hmm.
and a lead for them is sometimes worth six figures. They have what's called a God check. So when it's an emergency and your basement's flooded and there's going to be mold in about 3 days, no one's shopping. So when I
Yeah.
got them in there, they were willing to pay up to $1,000 a lead because they knew that it's a six-figure check. Because they'll come in, they'll put them up in a hotel, they'll put the people in a hotel, they'll pump out the water, they'll dry out the house, they'll do the mold inspection, they'll redo the framing, they'll do foundation work. That's $100,000 because usually they're good up to about $250,000 on most homes, and
Okay.
the insurance company doesn't even question that because it's an emergency.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's a completely different ball game than general contractor, two guys working out of a pickup truck.
Yeah, and that's similar to like, like roofing. That was kind of where I initially got some of the inspiration in the sense of like looking at Facebook ads. But the issue there is that again, there's like insurance claims involved. There's a lot of benefits in the sense of like, hey, we can come out and give you a roof inspection. Your home may have been damaged from hail,
Right.
that kind of stuff. So it's hard to apply similar tactics to fences because you can do insurance claims on like, if
No.
your fence blew down or got dented or whatever, but it's a lot more difficult and they're a lot smaller. So typically it's people that are looking to, buy a new fence because it blew down or they're looking to upgrade or something along those lines. So that was something that we had some difficulty with. We ran a campaign he was offering like 20% off a new fence or gate. And so we were running vouchers for that basically. And we got some good leads there at like 20, 25 bucks a lead.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden it just stopped converting. Like literally the same audience targeting, same everything. It just all of a sudden we spent
Okay,
like
I can even when I do ads for if you see me in the group, my personal genius is writing ads for people. They change to 25% because that doesn't mean anything, and get the
change to
word free out of your
25%.
vocabulary. If you know again, if he's been doing it for how many years? Like 10 years, probably.
Who the guy that's
The
doing
fence
the
guy.
fences?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's been doing it for like 15 years.
All right, it's 15 years. Out of 15 years, you should know what your average job is.
Yeah.
So take that average job and do the math for people because you already know what it's going to be. If you're targeting specific homes, specific area with the same square footage, I already know it's a $500 fence job. So it's a lot easier to say, hey, fence jobs, $395 out the door, or fence jobs, $410 off $1,000 job, because people want to see the math, because 10% off, 20%, that's just bullshit coupons, because it doesn't matter. Because, and again, in my head, because I'm a consumer, anything that's 20% off, I know you're going to give me 30% on the back end with more money. So it's actually going to cost me 10% extra for me using your damn coupon.
Yeah. It's kind of like
not dumb anymore.
Yeah, it's like when Black Friday comes around and everyone's starting to be like, oh yeah, they probably amped up their prices beforehand, and then like
Yeah, if you keep record of that, it works out better.
Yeah. I mean, that's one thing we were thinking about doing is we added like a up to $2,000 off, and that seemed to convert a little bit better because it quantified it for people. But I was looking at rather than like a exact price for the job in the sense of like, new fence for this much, I was looking at like a specific amount off. Do you think that would work better? So like say like
Yeah, that's where split testing comes in, because I would do like several ad sets. Even when I work with the small restaurants, I said you got to run 10 ad sets. You got to run audience, and then you got to run offer on top of that to see this versus that. So it's not even A/B testing; it's A/B testing, A1 through 10, A/B through 10.
Yeah.
And I always fix things on the copy. That's just my personal genius of doing things. I studied that for years and years. Buy one, get one converts better than anything, and doing the math for someone always better than a percentage off.
Got it. Okay.
Because it doesn't mean anything. Percent. Yeah. One, if you're scrolling, I got to do math. And I already told these basement guys that free estimate. Free means it costs too much. Estimate means you're going to find something wrong with my house. So I changed the verbiage to complimentary home inspection. When I got the girls trained on the phone, I would have them have their list. Like, hi, this is Mike from the basement company. We used to work in your area. I know you got the home, but I want to make sure that we're going to give you a complimentary home inspection. Now, 8 out of 10 places are fine. We want to make sure you're one of the 8. When can we come over? Because the last sump pump that was damaged cost about $200,000 house loss. And we want to prevent that for you. Again, no obligation. We just want to come in there. The previous owner did have a contract with us, and we want to honor that.
Got it.
Because as they kept selling companies or changing owners, I said, this is the best opportunity to give a phone call.
Yeah, that makes sense, because it's like you can, to the new people that just purchased a house or something along those lines.
Right. And people are too much married to Facebook. You have to do real marketing, because everybody's like, oh, Facebook doesn't work. Well, no, it doesn't. It's just one form of advertising. When we did the door hangers in addition to Facebook, so we would say, okay, we're going to hit this zip code, this 2-mile radius. So just awareness ad, hit the streets with the door hangers, bigger ad with click here, hey, you may have seen us, and then they had their bandit signs. That worked very well. But again, it depends what it is. Like to repaint the house in an area that's historical, that's easy because everyone has to get their house painted every 5 years.
Yeah.
And the only time Facebook actually worked with instant was we did the pressure washing cleaning. I specifically said, do not launch this until July 1st through July 7th, because that's 4th of July weekend. And then we made it for 4th of July residue cleanup, driveway cleanup. Did you have a big party? Let's clean that out. $99 specials. And usually it's $3.95. We're doing for $99 just because you have too much stress on your hands. That just got people in the door to do the home inspection. That worked out really well. And then we did a news article, which was somewhere in like Reading area of Pennsylvania. It's horrible flooding. It's like, why missing Reading? All these zip codes flooded. And it was the news there. So I took both news articles from like NBC News and the local news, and I made that video the fucking ad. And I said, if you've been affected, this contracting company has been assigned by the insurance company to fix it at no charge. You are not obligated to pay for this damage. I did ads similar to that, saying, got it. If you do that, we are authorized and ready to go. We have extra people on hand to pump out your house right now.
Got it.
Yeah. And then I did one because I talked to the lawyer company, the lawyers, and I looked those up and I said, what if I don't do this in this time, do you have to pay? The lawyers will say something different than the insurance company. So if you have insurance and you have a lawyer on your back pocket just to talk to in that little circle, the lawyer said they'll fight for it. The insurance company said, if you don't take initial action to fix this within 14 days, you're negligent, we don't have to pay. So I said, you have less than 13 days left to make a claim, otherwise they don't have to pay, and then you just quote something from an insurance company. And they'll have that around their website.
Yeah, that's a lot of urgency there. So
that worked out really well. You can't deny it. It was raining for 3 weeks in a row, and the news, it was like fans up to the roof covered in water.
Yeah. You had a lot of factors on your side with that one. You had like the newsjacking aspect where you could like use the articles, and then also like the insurance side and so forth. So yeah, and then
but
also
you can use the legal angles, I would just go find every time an animal lawsuit comes up. It doesn't have to be pit bull necessarily, and it says, hey, homeowner on the line for $30,000, for $1 million lawsuit because of dog, could have been prevented with $1,000 fence.
That's a good one.
Because you do articles like that, and that's you just forget. It's got to be. You can't expect clicks and leads, but you have to do it a couple of times, because when I tell people, the higher the trust value, you want awareness and you want people to say no. I'll give you the example. If I have pizza, hey, do you want free pizza? Yes, I want free pizza. If I'm a realtor or a financial planner, have you given up on your retirement dreams? Well, no, because now you're going to fight for what I just told you can't do. And you will step up and say, no, this is my cause. I want to retire with dignity.
Got it.
Have you given up on your dream home? Well, no. Well, I'm going to fix it. Good. If you haven't, my name's Mike. I'm here to fix your credit. Because if I get you to say yes in a high trust value situation, you're going to immediately say no, guards up. So high trust equals no's versus low trust equals yes. And that's a straight psychology copywriting.
So getting them to kind of like get a little bit almost defensive in the sense of like, have you given up on your retirement dreams type thing?
Yeah.
Almost like gets them a little like, well, no.
Well, you'll see this too. Like, have you given up on the Republican Party? Have you given up on the Democrats taking House in 2020? God damn it, no. We need you.
Got it.
Because you'll see that in political ads a lot.
Yeah.
Because there needs to be high trust, so they're going for the no's versus the yes.
And almost like a little bit of like polarity too, in the sense of like, you know, the people that it pulls people to one side, you know. Yeah, and then on that, like, so what you were saying with like the article or like the legal aspect, did you, like, I know you said you use videos for that. Are you doing then like remarketing with that? So for instance, if you did like
there was no remarketing. The contractors not willing to put a full blown out budget into maybe. They'd rather pay for the SEO, and if he's legal, I would try him to find the contractor's blue book, because the blue book is all commercial jobs.
Got it.
And I would do portal marketing. That's where the money is. Portal marketing is signing up for like the Home Depot and the Lowe's recommendation programs.
Okay.
So I like to say people, I'm an actual full blown out marketing partner versus a Facebook ads guy, because I'm dealing with a bunch of 20-year-old kids that watch the Ty Lopez class. And they think they're an agency now. So that's what I have to compete with. When I sit with somebody about my age, like 40, 50 years old, I tell them, hey, like, I know where you're coming from. Newspapers are great. Yellow Pages is shot now. Here's what's going on. But I still recommend you sit where your customers are. But the portal marketing SEO, that works much better for contracting than, say, Facebook ads, unless you're going to do Instagram and show different pictures of faux finishes, wallpaper, painting jobs, crazy-ass granite kitchens. That's when Instagram comes in handy dandy, and then you put your ad there. And you have to be super local targeted. That's when Pinterest comes in handle, geo-targeted, because I want that kind of kitchen. Oh, you're in luck. This type of kitchen is available by me, and I'm a grant contractor.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day too. Like, as I was kind of, I was like sitting back and kind of trying to figure out, okay, what worked from the Facebook side, and what are some areas where people are, their audience is congregating. And Pinterest came up with a thought of like, there's a ton of people for kind of the more research phase, it seems like, that are going on there for like, I mean, heck, I've even done it with like my really bland office here. I'm like, oh yeah, like men's offices, you know, and like found all these cool things. So I could definitely see how that would be valuable. But yeah, so when it's basically just in regards to the education side of things for like the legal or like the newsjacking type stuff, a lot of times you're putting that into like a video. And then within the video is the call to action, and that's kind of what the ad is like.
Yes. Now, you got to think of it this way. He has to know his exact audience. And again, if I'm probably 40 to 60 years old, I own a house, losing my entire portfolio is high priority. If I'm 20, 30, going into my first house, I'm not even thinking of getting sued and losing everything I just worked for.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, wow, let me keep this mortgage up. How do I get a second job? How do I not? That's when, I sell yoga pants and we sell makeup online. That's when those girls hit like, shit, I need to keep this house. I want to have a kid. How do I do that? Versus I'm about to retire. I don't need the freaking neighbors suing me because Morgan & Morgan said if my dog goes in their lawn, I owe them $1 million. So I went on a lot of the legal fear because that's where that audience is.
Yeah. Okay. And then do you have any, like, so for instance, I was looking at reframing the, you know, cause he's big into like, beyond the, 20% off, which I'm going to talk to him about making more of like a dollar amount. What about like reframing the actual free estimate? Because like, that's such a common thing in the industry. And you said,
you do complimentary home inspection or complimentary Now, you want to call it fence, you can call it border, you can call it perimeter. So go get this, where your thesaurus comes in handy. Figure out 10 other words for the word fence and what you're protecting. So when we did the concrete repair, I broke the contractor down to 5 different services.
Mm-hmm.
So we can say complimentary state and safety inspection. Is your fence on the right line? We're going to come here, avoid property seizure, avoid extra taxation, avoid lawsuits. So you got to figure out the things you want to avoid.
Got it. Okay, and then
no
what would
cost.
Yeah. I like that a lot. What would be your thoughts on like another thing on the side of like, it seems like there's similar to like say kitchen remodels, right? A lot of times stuff like that is aesthetic as more opposed to like legal side, kind of like, it seems like those are 2 common things.
Okay. Now you go on embarrassment and fear and you hit the women, not the men.
Yeah. That's what we've been doing a lot with the fences.
What the hell is it? Was it Cascade? Yeah. Cascade, the soap company. I actually met, what the hell? Wow. Jerry. I just lost his name in my head. That doesn't matter. But the guy that was actually on P&G's campaign in the 80s. So he had a class I took, and he was saying that what they did was immediately said, what's woman's biggest fear as a wife? Being embarrassed by the neighborhood. So that's why that specific Cascade ad was, are there spots on my dishes? Don't be that woman that has spots in her dishes. You need clean dishes. You need Cascade. They're going to talk shit about you because your dishes are spotty. Even you have a dishwasher. Yeah. You not afford a real dishwasher? Maybe your husband's not doing so well. But again, this is like the 80s where everyone was high end BMW, that lifestyle, that little yuppie lifestyle. So they hit that woman saying, if you don't have a high end dishwasher, that's fine, but you need a Cascade.
Got it.
And it was straight for embarrassment.
Yeah.
Spotty dishes.
Yeah, and like the social wanting to fit in with like their social group of women that not being judged or being above them or things like that. Right.
So I would just make a holiday schedule. It's like in October, Thanksgiving. Not even. You can go. Halloween's coming up. Thanksgiving's coming up. Is your new family ready for your house, or are you ready for your family to meet your house? And then I did a before after picture. I showed one like pink bathroom from like the 60s, all pink and the pink mirror. I said, "Is this your guest bathroom? It's time for a change."
That's good.
I said for less than, now again, you always break things down to the lowest possible denominator. They usually did 5 to 10 year financing. So I would say, what's the average job? How much would that cost over the course of 10 years? Like, would you be willing to spend $22 a month for this kitchen, for this bathroom?
Yeah.
I would. So it's $22 a month.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, granted, it's going to be $22 a month forever.
Yeah.
And 2,000 down.
But like, yeah, the hard part, Americans we're all credit wired anyway, it seems like. So most people would kind of be like, yeah, I'd rather pay $22.
And then you say, hey, discounts for cash discounts available.
There you go. That's good too.
And then we did 0% finance. Now again, I do trade shows for these guys, and that worked out well. I made their door hanger where the cutout was. I put a big giant 0 around where it looks fun because it's a hole in it anyway. And then 0%. 0%. 10 years. Your dream kitchen could cost less than $22 a month.
That's good.
Because now I could live my dream for $22 a month. And then I had to train some of the salespeople. I said, when you're there, you're not taking it. This works for a marketer too. No matter what the bill is, you're never a cost center. You're an investment center. All I want you to do is, here's where you're wasting money. I want you to reallocate where you're wasting money, put it toward me for 3 months. If it doesn't work out, we'll walk away as friends. I don't have a receipt on this. Works with a gym. This is a good car dealers do this for you. Have you ever bought at least a car yet? A brand new out of the box?
I haven't bought a brand new car. I don't know that I will, but I'm sure.
Okay, if you ever buy a brand new car and you do the trade in, or if you go to get service on a car, they'll say, okay, here's the bill, and the service manager will come out and say, well, it's, $3,000 for this bill, and you're probably looking at $200 a month to maintain this car. Why don't I give you to the salesperson? Because we can take your car for $5,000, and I'm sure we can get you a brand new one of these for about $300 or less. Wouldn't that make sense to have the brand new car than the old car that's going to cost you the same? Now, if it's done right, the service department should be part of the sales team.
Got it. Yeah.
And when I did this for the gyms, this is the best gym trick. I said, hey, before you have our meeting, bring me the last 4 weeks of your grocery receipts. And all you have to do is circle cookies, cake, butter, all the bad shit, and you circle it, and you take the calculator and you say, look, I've taken away all the food that does not serve you. In fact, it saves you this much money. It's $400 every month I'm going to save you on not buying shit. My program's only $200. So if you take my top program at $200, you still have $200 in the bank. Do you want to do a 6-month or a 12-month program? Because it's absolutely free right now.
Yeah.
This is how I word things with money. You have word it where it's free.
That was a strategy. I used to do like personal training at a gym, and that was a strategy that they gave us. Okay. They were like, yeah, ask them what they bought over the last couple of weeks, and get it calculated out, and then kind of show them the difference. So
it has to be on a calculator in the front of their face, and you have to spin it around.
The dramatic.
I do that for everything, whether it be cars, marketing, and when I did it again, I'll be doing this for 20 years almost. When I said, how much are you paying your Yellow Pages for? How much are you paying this service for? I said, tell you what, when the Yellow Pages ad ends, why don't you invest that $10,000 into me, and we'll see where that goes. If it doesn't work out, you can always go back to the Yellow Book.
Yeah.
It's like, when's the last time you used a Yellow Book? Because I don't have these pictures anymore. I used to go to recycling centers, like a townhouse community. I used to go to the dumpster and take the picture of like 100 of the Yellow Pages sitting in the dumpster. It's hey, your $10,000 a month went right here in the dumpster.
Yeah, I get them like delivered to my house. I never look through them. I actually just go through and mark the companies that are advertising to basically do kind of what you were talking about. But yeah, they like randomly show up, and half the times I run over them with my car for like 2 days before I even pick them up. But yeah, and then so my thought, I like what you were saying a lot better. I was thinking about reframing it as like, rather than a free estimate, as like a design consultation or something like that, to come in and kind of get it drawn out, designed for you, and then like, if they want to go with it, they can.
I wrote another ad for somebody in Gene Pool that they used. I said target the home garden TV people.
Okay.
And I got to find that. Give me a minute. I'll actually read it. Because it was a good ad, but it goes because he does construction as well. But that was one of my better ads, and he used it. But he had a bad video on it. So he's.
Oh. And are you like, I know Billy is big into like, he's like, pretty much all of our clients are video. Are you big into video, or have you seen success with images as well still?
Everything's a combination. No, I laughed. I wanted the girls that run the credit MLMs. I laughed that they have the shittiest. They have no copy. They put a picture of who wants a 700 credit score, and they put all the stupid emojis. Like, how are they getting 50 fucking leads? People going, me. I'm like, oh my god, you ghetto ass motherfuckers.
Yeah, I feel like it's like there's a point where the offer is just so ridiculous that you could almost just say like, hey, you idiot, and you'll get people.
I have it up. Let me just go find the.
No.
At least every time I fix an ad, at least I write it down. I usually write it first, and I copy paste it over to people.
Yeah, and then so you said
big repertoire.
You said that your basis or background is kind of in copywriting. Is that where you started out, or what?
I started up as a geek from Microsoft as my first real job. And then I worked for AT&T as an engineer. So I was always building websites. And then I got laid off in 2001 after 9/11. I had a photography business part-time my whole life, digital, because I worked for Microsoft, that all toys. When I went to a chamber meeting, I wasn't clear on how to say, hi, my name's Mike, and I do this, and this. Ding, get out of here, kid. Come back when you're ready. I'm like, oh, my God, that was the most embarrassing day of my business life. So after that, I learned how to properly write, get effective, one powerful statement so people would talk to me after the meeting. And then I learned how to write ads because I had a big financial obligation. I had a retail store. This is when my first SOR was $5,000. That's why I laughed at everybody. Like, oh my God, it's $1,000. Like, my first one was $5,000. All I did was take pictures at like phone cam resolution, and this is like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Jeez.
So that's wrong with that. So where's my, I did one for alkaline water. That was good too.
That's interesting. That's such a big one right now. Whoa, computer going down.
I almost want to go back into the group and look at it. What the hell is it? I know one of the big ones was I specifically wrote, you don't want to be that house. You know, the one that your neighbors, you know, the one bringing down the neighborhood.
Yeah. The one that's everyone is like annoyed by because it's devaluing.
And I said, hey, don't you want to have that house, the one that everyone wishes they could have? Like I made that same sentence twice, but the call out was for home. It's like, hey, HDTV
like home?
fan. Hey, HDTV fan. Are you ready for a makeover? It was something like that. I have no memory half the time, so that's why I got to find these damn things.
It's all a battle of you against your future self.
Of course, I can't find the fucking thing. I wrote it. He used it. It was fun.
That was for people that were, was it like not new home construction, but like additions and stuff? Was that kind of what the...
He did like makeovers where he would do like, his specialty was concrete and stucco. And we're in Florida. So he's in Florida. He's in Miami area. So 90% of the houses here are made out of, they're all one level houses. They're made out of stone. So when the hurricane hits, it kind of goes over. It doesn't destroy anything. Some people in Miami like to build these big mansions, which is horrible in this area because when the wind and the water hits, you're dead. So I said, most of these houses are that. So he would just basically reface a house, maybe do some better patio pool area.
Got it. And then show that and kind of like, it was like a package deal type thing. Like, hey, let's just get your house looking good.
Yeah, but I wish I gotta find that. It's in the gene pool, so it's not a huge deal. But it doesn't matter. Pretty much, it was, you know, are you ready to move into your dream house next year? If not, then let's fix what you have.
Got it.
When I find, I'll give the link to you.
Okay, and then do you remember the offer by chance on that one? Was it just like, hey, let's get started, like pretty low level, or was it more along the lines of like, hey, get started today for this much, or starting at this much?
What we did is download your 2019 design guide. Okay. I told them just to go on the website to go on all the HGTV, all the home shows, and figure out what the hot style is. So, hey, download your 2019. I said this will cost you no money, maybe an hour or two of your time. And say, hey, you could download the 2019 style design guide. And when you see what you like, give me a call personally, and I'll see if it's possible. Okay. So then he would call them up after the guide. So they would get the guide, and then he would call and be like, hey, was there anything that you liked? And then kind of talk to him. Yeah, well, you're taking the email. So it's like, hey, if you looked, hey, look at page 19. That's something we do. In fact, look at 3 houses that we did. Got it. So he's getting emails. It's going to be a combination of things he's done plus things that are in the future. There's always those home and garden TV like dream. Everybody watches Flip This House. I'm like, oh my God, I can do that. I want to be on TV. And that's like the hot thing because people just see it on TV and they think it takes 3 weeks. Yeah. It's like, no, that's like 6 months and editing down to really bad editing down to 15 minutes because they keep showing the same clip when they leave. And then they show the same exact clip when they come back after commercial. I'm like, this editor sucks. Yeah. And now the big reveal. The big reveal. Like I just saw you do that 2 minutes. You wasted. It's really a 10-minute show. Yeah, pretty much. It's so that they can give you the context of where you were before the commercials because apparently you have no memory. Yeah, exactly. Or like soap opera. But when I find that one, you could find it in a group too. I'll take a look for it. You said it was calling them out as home and garden. Yeah, let me just jump on Facebook. Okay. And so with that guide, you got the email and then you would follow up with them and kind of been like, you know, hey, did you see this on page 19? You know, if you're interested, like just kind of that consistent thing of send them a couple of follow-ups and to see if they were interested in anything, getting them to book a call or call you. It's Sadi Paja. I can't even pronounce this kid's name. He's Italian, but I'll look up the exact ad and I'll put it in here. Okay. I can't even pronounce it. I know I just call him Sadi. We went out I met him in Miami. Oh, nice. So we're gonna do some work together. But I said I gave him enough ammo to get by on his own. I said when you're ready, let me know. Cool. So pretty much, he got out cheap, a few bucks and a couple of dinners. But Miami dinner, that's like $100. Yeah, geez. I'll get all drinks, so that's cool. Yeah, if you got drinks covered too, then you're definitely. I don't drink, so lucky on his end. Oh well, yeah. Here in California, they almost charged for water for a little while. So. Well, they charge you for bags. I know that.
Yep, we do that. Only in certain counties though, which is really interesting. I live like right on the edge of them, so if I go to one county over, I don't get charged for bags. It's really funny. We get charged for everything though.
I'm looking I got his name up now. I got to find his post.
Oh, is he one of those overactive members?
No, he's not. That shouldn't be too hard. I think I'm the overactive member.
I hadn't seen you that much. I was looking yesterday.
Really? I was on radio silence for about a week, but I usually help people every day. I think I replied to like 3 things. I'm more of a replier than a poster.
Yeah. That was I started posting a little bit and then started replying more. But yeah, it's a nice group with lots of resources in regards to people that are well versed, being able to help people like myself that aren't as well versed.
You could maybe find him. I'll put it in the chat for you here.
I'll look around.
This guy. Actually, I should just type in HGTV.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Because that would probably pull. No,
there's probably not a lot of people on there that are saying that. Where is it? I lost his group in my.
Yeah, I found it. Just pulling that up. So let me do a screen share. Where the fuck is it? I lost it. This was his original, but I know I replied to it. Oh yeah, because he said, "Are you tired of the same exterior look? Does keeping your house protected or keep you up at night?" And then my crazy ass reply. I told him to do a carousel pick of the different houses.
Yeah.
So yeah, we put delete $1,000 coupon because it says, okay, if it's $1,000 off, there's going to be several $1,000s.
Yeah.
So I basically wrote, hello, West Palm Beach HGTV fans. Which house is your house? And then again, you have to scroll through. It's like, are you suffering from a blah bungalow? Are you tired of the same old exterior look or worse? Are you afraid your neighbors think that your house is that house? The one bringing down the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So it's time for a home makeover. Are you ready to love the look of your home again? We can help. My name is this from that company. We just completed our 2019 makeover guide. Inside, you'll find great ideas to give your house that much needed facelift it deserves. Click learn more to get your free copy of our 2019 guide today. P.S. This guide will get you inspired. Plus, you will feel great knowing soon you'll have that house, the one everybody envies.
Got it. And then
he made a video of that.
And then it says on your landing page, use the. Okay, so that's like the thank you page offer. So they get the guide, and on the thank you page, it's like, hey, if you want your house to, be no longer be that house, we're offering $1,000 off or something like that.
Right. If you want to call me, right, if you find something you want to give me a call, here's $1,000 voucher toward any service.
Got it. Okay.
Because it's just on the landing page, and he said give you an opportunity for a one-time upsell. It's like, hey, for $5, we can give you a call, or for $25, I can send out my actual design consultant. Because I work with a woman, Crystal, and she charges $250 a meeting to do design. So she does like that HGTV shit. So she'll go in, design. She designed NBC Studios. Her family's been in design business for like ever, and she designed most of the stores in the mall. And the racks, like Art of Shaving, NBC Studios, things of that nature.
Oh, geez. Okay. Yeah, that's awesome.
This is how it was written, which just sounds a little better than, are you tired of the same old exterior look? Does keeping your family protected through hurricane season keep you up at night? Are your energy? It's too many questions.
Got it. And it doesn't seem like it's appealing to the pain point as much either.
Right, because I went immediately women, and it's like, holy shit, I have that house.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And what was this kid's name again? I want to find the post.
I put it in the chat, Sadi.
Okay. There we go.
Sadi Pajazadi.
Something like
Sadi
that.
Pajazadi. He says it really cool.
Says it all fast.
An
Uh,
Italian guy doing stucco? What? Italian guy that's a mason?
Here we go. Okay, I found it. Cool. And then like on the one last question was, with that guide and like the email sequences and stuff, we've had some success with that. I don't know if you heard of Dean Jackson, the marketing guy?
Not probably at some point, but
Okay.
not clear.
Yeah. He's like a big he has this thing called the 9-word email where he talks about basically like you send an email that seems like it's from a single person as opposed to like kind of a more broadcast email.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. And it's just like he calls it the 9-word email, but basically what it is a question or a sorting question to get people to respond. And I wanted to get like kind of what you've seen as that working. We've had some success with the 9-word email of like just sending out like, hey, are you still looking for a new fence? Or hey, are you looking for
instead of doing that, do what I said. Look for the no, not the yes.
Got it. So
have you given up on your backyard project?
Got it.
I guarantee you'll have it'll be a 70-30 split with replies if you change the verbiage.
Okay.
Split test that, but I already know it's going to work.
Yeah, that sounds a lot better. I know it's hard to come up with those questions. But yeah, so that's kind of what you've done also with the emails where it's like you'll have the broadcast in the sense of like, here's your guide. And it's like, obviously, it sends immediately, that type of thing. And then later on, like follow up. What I've done is the next day and seen some pretty good results there, but want to increase them just like from a specific email or the name of the person, like, hey, blah, blah, blah. Saw you got our guide and wanted to, reach out or ask this specific question or something along those lines.
What's your favorite house?
Got it. So with the guides, it's like kind of referencing the guide.
Well, in the guide should be a half useful and a little bit of sales in there.
Yeah.
You can say, hey, this guide is sponsored by, P&G Paint. That's what we use. In fact, if you like to get your house painted, we have an account with P&G, and we pay $10 a gallon, where if you went to Home Depot, you'd be paying $27.
Got it. So
if
savings.
Considering you can do something low end. I mean, if you have like just low end workers, hey, we'll paint one room for free. We'll paint one wall for free. Because at least the one contractor it was like his whole family, and he had 10 kids. So it's like, I'll send my damn daughter out there, screw her, those kind of things, or it's whatever. Because you have 10 kids that work for you, you don't have to pay them much.
Yeah, you have cheap labor.
Yeah, so that's what he would do. He's like, okay, we're going to paint one wall, or we're going to go clean, one piece of your driveway, or we're going to go do one thing. And he still had that old school, because he's been doing it since the 70s. Like, look, this is my family business. We're going to show you what we do. Now, he would physically do it. I said, if you're going to stop doing that, but if you're going to do it again, let us record that. It's like, hey, here we're with Joe Blow and Joey Begadona's contracting, and he's actually going to fix something absolutely free. Watch him do that. If you want a demo, if you don't want to waste time on a demo, and you want to do this, just do it.
Makes sense.
Because then he had the one guy, Joe. All we would do, I went out with him for like a month, and I would just record him every freaking day. The basement guys. Now, the basement guys were cool because they were a little more high tech. This is early 2000s. Everyone had a tablet at the time, a Verizon tablet that was hooked up to the internet, like unheard of. So he used to he had tons and tons of videos of them doing jobs. I said, I can't use that because that's illegal. This will get you in trouble. Immigration will come and get your ass later. Let's find the legal white guys we can use.
Yeah. Get yourself new customers without getting yourself in trouble.
Well, I would go on that too. That's a big fear. People don't want to deal with the illegal labor or to have the liability if you fall off their roof. So figure out what their unique selling point is. The basement guys had a fleet of vehicles. I said, guess what? No one else does. How can we not mention that? It's like, hi, we're the basement guys. We have a commercial fleet of commercial insured vehicles that are all branded. All your salespeople and workers will come in full clean uniform. We will leave your house cleaner than we got there because we respect your home. And if you want to do the reverse engineering, how I write ads for contractors, figure out if it's a fencing guy, go on like Yelp or Google reviews and type in fencing companies, then type in random fencing company reviews of that area, find out all the 1-star reviews, and then start your ad positive on that note.
Got it.
Like, fence guy made me put my dog in the van. It's like, and we will never ask you to put your dog in the van.
Yeah.
and we're okay. We will clean up. We don't care if there's, dog. We won't put dog poop in your house. But find those reviews, and that's how I rate a lot of my ads too.
Got it. Yeah, I've been using a lot of the positive stuff to kind of find out what matters to them, but hadn't been focusing on the negative one so much.
Well, if you find the negative one and flip it, that's how you write your ads. Because most of the time it's, guy didn't speak English, came in a dirty pickup truck, pissed on my floor. So that's not even making this up. This is like actual reviews. So you say stuff like, we will come clean, we will wear the boot protectors so we won't mess up your house, and we will never ask to use your restroom.
That's probably for the best. I remember my parents remodeled their house, and they had like guys that kind of did the bad review stuff, and it was interesting. But yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I like all that. I think what it is definitely like it's just those small tweaks, it's like you start looking for the big issues when sometimes it's just the small stuff, in the sense of like, just reframing it a little bit or phrasing it a different way or focusing on a different pain point, as opposed to like, oh, the offer's trash or whatever, even though in this case the offer wasn't the best. But
even if it's not a good offer, if you don't get that first. See, this is what I kind of not fight with people, but I go back and forth saying, oh no, your ad's too long. I said, I am telling a story and I'm doing one line at a time. Your one line either is yes or no. My one line gets you to the next line, which gets you to the next line. And that's how you write properly. So sometimes, like there's a Spanish teacher who does super long form ads, but it's the same thing. He'll write something in Spanish, like, you have no idea what I wrote. What if there was an emergency? What if you're visiting your favorite country and you can't get your dad to the hospital because you don't know how to say blah, 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 blah? Like, my name is whatever. I'm from England. I speak 27 languages, and I don't teach the way everybody else does. I'm going to show you how to save your family's life potentially. Most people just tell you how to get a hamburger. But again, it's so long form, but he does really well on that. Because it just hit you like, wow, my wife could need medical assistance. I don't know how to ask for that. How long would you have to wait to find someone that speaks your language? Is that enough time before she needs to go to the hospital? Yeah. Are you willing to have your wife die in your arms because you couldn't say blah, 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 blah?
Yeah, that's definitely a pain point. It's like, damn.
That's what the gun trainers do the same thing.
Yeah, I've definitely seen
I don't care if you're anti-gun, but if you're not fully trained and you're not prepared to take a life to save your own, then you need this training. It's all mindset. I don't care if you're pro-gun or anti-gun. You need to get into the proper mindset that you need to protect your family by all means necessary.
Yeah, I've seen one with it's like a online training for martial arts, and it's like their training is how to disarm somebody with a weapon if they attack you. And so that's like, and they're selling it as kind of a front end offer, and then sell kind of like a, obviously up people through the value ladder of other courses and whatnot. But they keep showing these ads of like the difference between somebody that doesn't know how to disarm somebody with a knife and somebody that does. And they're like targeting, I'm getting retargeted, but their primary audience is like women and so forth. And you definitely see that as well there. So cool. Well, yeah, I appreciate
Let me know the results again, but you have to change your emails for negative.
Okay. Yeah. So the emails, and then
go shoot for the no's, not the yeses. You want to shoot as silly as that sounds. Like, I'm going for no.
Got it. Yeah. And then it's either in regards to like the front end offer is either the, look like an inspection or design type thing, or a guide.
Right. Well, I would find the zoning, because there's a lot of times where the fence is on the wrong side of the property. So you could even say, is your neighbor's fence your responsibility? Ooh.
That's a good one.
It's like, or does your neighbor have the right to sue you because of your fence? Is your fence putting you at risk for a loss from a neighboring lawsuit, or are you in compliance with the state code? Did you know that you might be losing? It's a lot of things you can go with. I said some of the time I want to go with the fear on the older. I don't want to get sued and lose my house.
Yeah.
But maybe people get it for children's safety. Maybe they get it for their dog. It's like, hey, I would just hit pet owner. Hey, is your pet safe? Now, pet owners and gun owners have the most disposable income. I don't know where I got that stat from. It was one of those magazines. I'm like, oh, cool. I'm in the right place.
Interesting.
Yeah, because pet owners will spend thousands of dollars at shows and for stupid things like $10 little balls for their dog.
Yeah.
So if you can go on the pet side, because you can even show a bunch of little cute dogs. Like if you skip ad, this dog will die.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely like from like a first person thing is I have a wood fence. I rent my home because I'm a young dude who is not at that point, unfortunately. But we have a fence that keeps blowing down because it's just like this trash fence. And we have 2 dogs, and we had one time where our dogs got out because one of the panels was completely down. I'm in Sacramento, and we have like these weird windy storms. And since then, it's like my biggest point of anxiety is my dogs getting out again and like getting run over or something.
Oh, right there. You can do the lost dog thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or you can see the stats. Dude, hey, California, 72 dogs die every year in this county because of a bad fence. Dear pet owner, if you want to save your little lucky dog, I say, you know what? We'll do free fix. I would just even do a free dog fix.
That's good.
Because even you say, oh, you don't qualify for the full free dog fix. That's really only me patching up a couple of holes and putting some extra link in. But what I can do for you, because now that's an offer as a pet owner, and you could even start with the lost dog or the stats. Like, did you know? Don't be this guy. It's like, look, lost dog. Everyone, I always go lost dog, lost dog, lost dog, lost dog. There's 72 lost dogs right now, and most of them because of a bad fence. You love your pet like your family. We don't want you to lose your child. How was your fence?
Yeah. Yep. I know that's a good one. And then I think that would apply well because this like one of the main companies we worked with, we've been running the marketing for like 2 years now. They do like ornamental iron. So kind of the more, as opposed to like wood fences and stuff. So that kind of stuff could potentially be good because they do both solid and slatted fences. So it could be good for, like keep your fence from blowing over type stuff. And we tried focusing on that and it got good engagement. It just wasn't getting many leads. But I think
you didn't tell me why my fence not blowing over matters.
Yeah, exactly. And we did, and then also I think the offer wasn't, the pain points weren't appealed to well enough, and then the offer wasn't motivating enough to like it met in the middle of nothing worked. So okay, awesome. Well, yeah, I don't want to take up any more of your time. I know you got a lot going on, but
I got to make some. But I do chat bots. I'm building chat bots as we speak.
Oh, geez.
After I said, let me just take some lunch. But that'll work too for qualification, especially for a contract. It's like, hey, do you have a fence now? Are you looking for a fence? And just go that if-then statement and then get them to something.
Yeah, within chat bots.
Yeah. I do it for like $500. So if you want to do it as a marketer, I could do a wholesale 3 and you can sell for whatever you want.
Geez. And so with those chatbots, it's like you're running the ads to those. And then do you also have like the pop-ups on people's websites?
Well, it's a combination of, I'll put it right to their page. Mm-hmm. So it helps qualify people so they can go back on their if-then. Hey, when you open, when can I call you? When I want to make an appointment now. And then what I do up is set up for contract specifically. I set up the Google, which is my strong point, is you set up full Google suite, make sure they have name, address, phone number, hours of operation there, get them the free Google phone number. When they have the free Google phone number, they can't say, well, nobody called, because you'll have full access to whoever calls. And you can have a carbon copy to up to 10 phones. So when they run an ad, use that phone number and make sure everyone rings, and you'll have a full record of it. So you'll never get screwed. Oh, nobody called. Like, really? 117 people called, and it went to voicemail. Why is that, Joe?
Yeah. We've been tracking it with. We've been tracking numbers with CallRail is what we've been doing, but yeah,
having the Google specific phone number, I said it'll carbon copy everyone. Now here, people don't like to talk sometimes, depending where your audience is. I think a lot of people under 40 don't want to deal with people that like to text and chat, but some people actually want a real phone call, and I get mad at that. It's like, call me, and I'll reply back, when would you like to set up a phone call? It's like, screw you, I'm using the next guy. I'm like, all they wanted was pick up the damn phone.
Yeah.
Did they have dedicated office staff?
This company, no, they're like a small, medium-sized business. The owner's still involved in the sales process.
Okay.
I've been talking to him about trying to, bring in some people on, because he's literally like a step away from just like not like almost complete financial freedom in the sense of like, not having to focus on stuff. So we've been talking to him about it, but he's, it seems like a lot of contractors are slow to change. So it's, we've planted seeds, and hopefully
you got to do it first, then show them. When I set up the Google for the one company who's happily paid me $3,000 for this, I set up the full Google suite, pay the extra $5 a month. What I did was I made them a form. So I'll start with the form. So I made a little app. So it's like a Google form. So when somebody gets in the van, they go, "Hi, I'm in van number 2. Here's my mileage." And at least they can keep track of the van. On the sales end, I made them a phone script, which was completely online. And as soon as that intake came in, they would put it on the Google Drive and they would text everybody through Google, say, "Hey, go check the sheet, go check the Google sheet, here's the link." And whoever wanted to take that lead would put it on their own calendar. And from the calendar, I'd say, okay, it's Joe, Thursday, 3:00. So I can set up name, address, phone number, and one link to that. When they got there to do the estimate, they put their Google on the account, throw their phone on that, take a 360 of the house, talk through the video, send it back to the owner, or they can do it live on Google Hangouts, and they can actually, the owner doesn't have to be there because he's done it a million. "Oh, I think we should paint that and this." He can give an estimate right through chat. If not, they can come back and discuss it. He can look at the videos and make an estimate. So then we'd send out the estimate through Google again, have a YouTube unlisted video. Say, "Hi, Mrs. Smith. This is Mike from Joey Bag of Donuts Plumbing. We see that you have XYZ problems. We'd like to offer you the estimate of X or Y. Let us know what you want to do by clicking here to call." And he's like, "Holy shit, that was like well worth $3,000 for them," because I set them up with a system where the owner didn't have to go out as much and he could sit at his pool and do estimates at the same time. And they had all the photos, and even to get people involved on the Google form, you can have one piece that says upload a photo. So if I'm saying, "Hey, go out to your fence and take a picture of your fence and upload it to there," so at least you have an idea before you go out.
Yeah.
And what we did part 2 of that, we had all these YouTube videos saying, "Hey, we see this problem a lot. This is Joe. This is how we fix the problem. Here's what to expect." So they actually knew exactly what to expect. And then with the drip email, we had, I made them swipe files of, "We're coming tomorrow. Thanks for letting us come. Your estimate's in progress. Joe's looking at your estimate now. You should have your estimate tomorrow. Your estimate's in your email box." And then they say, "Hey, it's day 14. We can schedule." How I made them extra money, I said, book everything 2 weeks out. If they want something before that, make it a one-time complimentary $250 jump the line, or charge an extra $300 to jump the line. So I got the money that they didn't even think about. I said, always book 2 weeks out because you're that busy. "No, we got to do this tomorrow." I said, "Look, trust me, do it 2 weeks out. And if they want it earlier, you could either A, be the hero and said, 'You know what? I'm going to move somebody else back because you're special. I'm not going to charge you for that.' And you can see, hey, something came up. I'd like to move somebody else because I think your project is special." And how do you feel now that I moved you up a week?
Yeah, it's adding that, like, every little thing in the sense of adding value and so forth.
Right. And how I did their estimates is that he gave me back to negotiate. It's like, "Oh, what do I do? I don't want to paint this house." I'm like, "Okay." We'll say, "We won't paint your closets and we won't paint the back of the door jambs. And we can take off an extra $500. And people are like, "Yeah, cool. I don't give a shit about the closet and the back of the closet doors." And I got the people where they wanted. They didn't have to lose any money, and they did less work.
That makes
So
sense.
I have to see, like, do it full blown out. That's why I said you need full estimates of exactly what you're doing and the videos. Because when you're seeing on the video, "Hey, this is what happens with this price point, and if you want this price point, it'll look like this house."
Got it.
I kind of want to stay away from construction. Every time I got the money, they're all like gambling and smoking crack and whatnot. That's like, how? A couple of guys, 2 of them got shut down, the basement guys, for inappropriate funds, but that's their issue.
I know. I feel like it's interesting. You really gotta look to find the companies that are reputable. But yeah, okay. And then how did you get them, like, with the Google stuff in regards to, like, the integrating to video and all that? Like, I know that there's,
well, it's absolutely free.
That's true.
So if I just set up, like, I can go right now and go accounts.google.com, sign up an account, Joe's Contracting at Gmail, at Google. And then now I have a Google account, which gives you the passport for everything. So I'll send you the link of the video I made on that. But if you click the little 9 buttons on the right side of Chrome, that's all the services that are free.
Yeah.
So once you have Drive, that is cloud service. That's a hard drive for free. I can set up Google Forms, which will feed to Google Sheets. So I can make a little app that says anything I want. I can make a landing page with that. And then I have the data. So if everybody has the same switch, if you have an Android or an iPhone guy?
iPhone.
All right, then you're just screwed then. But if on here, I can switch back and forth between my business account, my personal, and a third. So I got 3 accounts on this phone. So I said, if you're not giving out, some of them, they had the prepaid phones that they gave everybody because like these guys break everything. So you give them the option. Either you give them like a prepaid phone, or you give them, say, hey, put this on your phone as, you know, the contracting company. And as soon as you get to work, you switch over. So your Gmail, the photos, everything goes there. So when I get to the house, I go click, and I said, it works as a timesheet too. I said, when I get there, go to the app and say, here, take the picture. Then they can't lie to you anymore because it's timestamped.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's okay. I'm at the address, and then all I got to do is leave the video. And then they leave the video. It's like, hey, we're going to record this conversation because it's going to my boss, so we know. And then if this helps with my wife's not here, I got to ask my wife, well, why would she not buy? Then you get those objections, and I said, you know what? We're gonna call him right now. We're gonna send him a link to this video, so don't even talk to him. Let him watch exactly what we talked about.
Got it.
Because then it doesn't get that telephone game of he said this. Like, no, I didn't say that. In fact, I said this, and here's the video.
Yeah. Gives you kind of like consistency and no more games of telephone.
Right, but then it goes back. Well, oh, you promised me this. Well, no. If you go back to the video at 14:31, you'll see that I actually said this. And again, it's compliance, it's high tech, but it's really more for video estimates. If you're looking at fence, you just go to perimeter of the fence, and you could say, okay, I'm at the fence. It's 22 by 30. There's 4 holes in it. Typically, this should be about $300, and then just make the videos and send it to the owner. Let them watch the videos instead of actually having to do anything. Yeah,
looking through some big old sheet of paper and running through line items. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like that, and that process. It seems like the interesting part is, getting people to like record videos, or, like, because we've worked with contractors in other areas, and that's been like one thing, is getting them to actually record videos and stuff of, that we could use, or take pictures even of their jobs. But I think it's just like a value thing, like they don't understand completely what it's worth until they've tried it.
Well, you could say, how many times have you done this particular job? What would it be like if you could record that particular job and then bring it to your next sales call?
Yeah.
And say, hey, look at this piece of shit. And look, here's timestamp. Look, we did this in about 3 days. Because you can do pictures all day long, but see the video? Say, hey, look at my crew. Perfect uniform. They're respecting the house.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
And then you can go back and forth too, where they can reply to the YouTube comment with the video if they wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah. And then
you give access to you make a client folder, give them full access to their own folder.
There you go. And then they could also, like, for instance, if you were doing like a, say if you didn't have, I know some people don't necessarily send crews out there or stuff for like smaller jobs. So people could add pictures, like they take pictures themselves and add it to a folder that you shared with them, and you can look it over and kind of get them a rough and then go out there type thing.
Oh yeah. Cause even you say, hey, you guys suck. You missed a big paint spot. No, we didn't. We perfect. Snap, shoot. Oh, I guess we did. Let's come out there and fix that immediately.
Yeah.
Now, here's where it comes out too. Now it's on a compliance issue, because if I take video before the estimate while I'm giving you estimates, and then I do the work, and then you come back, well, my refrigerator, you guys broke it. It's like, well, no, when we did the estimate, the refrigerator was actually fine. When we came there, it was fine in this video, in this picture, but now it's not after we left. I don't believe we did that.
Yeah.
Fight that now.
Yeah, it'll definitely make people shut up. And those type of things. And this fence guy has definitely had some instances of that. So
you probably broke my gnome, and I've had that since 1802, and it's worth $1 zillion. Like, no, your gnome was broken, and it's just made out of concrete.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that's definitely something that we've seen, like, because we've spent a lot of time with this fence contractor, and it's like he's had people come through that, just inevitably get some crazy clients. So it seems like everyone does from time to time. But yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I like the ideas you threw out there. I think those are really valuable, and I think that they'll be a lot more effective. So I appreciate your time.
Yeah, no
I know
problem.
that it's valuable.
No, I said I get most of my side money from Gene Pool members.
There you go.
So I said, if you want to throw me on your team, I said I'll hold the thing out. He said I'll do a wholesale rates, and then admin work, like $25 an hour for like admin work, for like little bullshit stuff.
Yeah.
Throw it in your contract if you need it, specifically writing.
Yeah. I know that's something that, like, we've been getting better at, but I think that we still have, it's kind of like that point of where you get to, it's like easier to get through the initial part of the growth curve, the learning curve. And then you get to a certain point where it's like you then have to really hone in on specific smaller things. And that's the more difficult part.
Well, you'll hear this in the digital world that there's to say there's 100 long items. There's a whole buffet of things you can learn. Just be familiar with it, know that they exist, and then go deep on like 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm familiar with Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, all that bullshit, but I don't play there. But Google, I'm infinity down. So I own all Google and YouTube products, and I'm very good at copywriting. I am at the bottom of that list really well. So I only really focus on Google products, specifically YouTube, Google Ads, and then the Facebook. I don't really play on Instagram. I don't like Instagram, but I'm familiar with it if I have to. But I say just play where you can win.
Yeah.
And then I was anti-social media for a long time. I used to just outsource that all the time. Because I didn't have the patience for it. But then when Facebook turned into Google, I'm like, oh, I'm in now.
Yeah.
Because back, I don't know how old you are, but back in the day, in like 2010, 12 area, it was just like it was only a side ad. It wasn't that showing up on your feed ad.
Yeah, it was right side.
It was such a waste of like, how is your basement flooded? Like, well, who cares? And nobody can click on that. But now you have targeted based on what you just did yesterday, so it's really good. Then you have all these retargeting and pixels and like, oh, I'm going to play now because now Facebook turned in with the big boys like Google.
Yeah, and like the video view retargeting is huge too because you can build audiences so quickly as opposed to like needing clicks to the site.
But you can do this too on YouTube ads, which would be dirt cheap. Look for people, fence repair, how to build a dog fence. That's where you put your ads.
Yeah.
And even if he's like, I like him to have a huge YouTube channel of just nothing but repairs and how to do stuff just to show the expert status.
Yeah, I know.
In lieu of discount, here's what you do. In lieu of people go try to get discounts, hey, yeah, sure, we have a discount program, but in lieu of the discount, we're going to come over with a full crew and we're going to take pictures and videos and you're going to give us a testimonial. Are you okay with that, or do you prefer to pay full price?
Yeah, that's good.
Just so if he's going to lose money on that discount, he might as well take advantage of it.
Yeah.
This is why I come in as more of a consultant and a marketing partner. I said that. I'm not just running Facebook ads because this is stuff that your typical 20-year-old Facebook guy is not going to tell an owner.
Yeah.
Of like how to get the money back on the plate.
Yeah, make everything work together. That's like been my biggest thing is we're looking into kind of becoming full stack, full service for contractors, with like kind of the whole realm. We don't have as much experience in like the print ad, but the reason being is one of the biggest, I guess, qualms I have is things being so disjointed. It's like the company's running all the way over here, and then like somebody wants to come in and run Facebook ads, and it's like this alternate process off in the corner somewhere that's just like pumping in some leads, and it doesn't integrate well all the time, and the business owners don't always understand the value. So it's like trying to come in and have that the well-rounded understanding how it all the puzzle pieces fit together seems to me like it just makes more sense.
We said how many repetitive questions do you answer? And hey, let's address that through text and video.
Yeah.
Because if you're getting the same phone call asking the same damn question, you should probably make a video about it. This is what I was doing to tell people with virtual tours with the catering manager. Say, catering manager, how many times you have to explain how big it is and what does it look like, and send me an email of pictures. What would it be like to actually have a virtual tour and you just send all those leads right back to the virtual tour so they can see 360 and get all their questions answered?
Yeah.
That would save you a shitload of time on the phone so you can actually sell and close.
Yeah, and answer them before they ask them too, which is even more valuable. It just like adds to the experience.
Right. I would start making, maybe said you just focus, now at least on the marketing end, you could say, okay, we do nothing but Facebook for month 1. Month 2, we're going to focus 30 days of video. Month 3, we're going to do this. And then month 4, we'll put it all together and start getting you some paid ads.
Got it. Yeah, we had been doing like with what our side was, like kind of setting up like the foundation in that sense, but it was more along the lines of like getting their website well done, because so many contractors have just shit websites. It's just like name of business and like a form and maybe a phone number, and that's it. It's just like
it's not bad, but that's why I say if you do Google, you can put the buttons on it. Hey, text me right now if you're having a problem.
Yeah.
I just love one. It's 100% free unless you want to bump up the the $4 or $10 monthly that gives you more space.
Yeah, but you need that's a ton of space.
You can go in there and just set that up. You're a freaking hero right off the bat.
Yeah.
That's always been my free, hey, thanks for meeting with me. I'm going to get you a free Google phone number before I leave today. Would that be okay if I give you a free phone number and show you how to use that? And that's been my thank you gift for people letting me talk, people letting me talk to them.
Got it. Okay. Sorry, I'm writing notes.
I'll give you this too. Just chat me the email and I'll send you the link. So I'll make you full. I'll throw it on YouTube probably. Depending on how big the file is, I'll throw it on my Google and then you can take it back.
Cool. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I'll send you my email via the Facebook chat.
All right, then I'll see you later. Thank you.
All right, cool. Thanks.